Retail, of course, has been front and center in the struggle to respond to the pandemic, survive it, and of course, for some, move online in a bigger way in order to cope and change strategies. It all helped Lululemon drive its most recent quarterly sales ever higher. Also made an interesting acquisition recently. Its CEO, Calvin McDonald, is with us now. Calvin, thank you for being with us.
Great to be here.
So I did want to start with kind of a snapshot of how you did, and obviously you had to do a bit of a pivot, like many retailers. How easy was it? Where were you on the kind of line between brick and mortar e-commerce?
We were already investing in our digital initiatives, and I think that effort put us in a good position to be able to pivot and show some agility and deliver the guests what they're looking for. Of our Power of Three, omni guest experience is one of those pillars that we've been investing in. That said, the team did an incredible job in addressing the in-store guest experience and leverage digital to do that. So it wasn't just about improving our online digital experience, but enhancing the in-store digital experience from digital wait lists to our Omni Educator were a few of the initiatives that really helped fuel the success of the business in Q3.
We've seen a bunch of trends, obviously, the kind of so-called stay-at-home trend that one imagines would help a company like Lululemon. Was that the case? Were you able to have a product offering that worked for people that weren't going to work every day?
I think our product, we've always invested in the versatility and functionality of apparel. That is sort of the DNA of the brand. It's what we look to deliver and innovate through science of feel. So the lineup and breadth of our assortment was well positioned for the needs that guests were looking for. Coupled with, we made the decision early on to honor every order that we had already placed with our manufacturers. So that placed us in a good inventory position heading in. Our assortment delivered on the needs of the guest. And what we saw through the pandemic was definitely a shift and change into, the versatility of apparel and what guests were looking for. And our product was well positioned in a good inventory position to be able to fulfill that demand.
And are you, as you look ahead in terms of your product mix, is it likely to change much? Are you in the right spot? I mean, I know innovation's been kind of in the DNA of Lululemon since inception. How much is that still a part of what you're doing day to day?
Our growth strategy is linked to the Power of Three, and product innovation being the first pillar in that. So we've been in that work. We've identified key activities that we want to own with our guests in that relationship, and that's yoga, run and train, plus on the move, which is the to and from. So we've been in that work for the past few years and innovating, and the pipeline is full, and we'll continue to lean in on those. And I think based on what's happened, the on the move fits well with the versatility of every day that guests are looking for. And guests are living a more active life, looking to get outdoors, and health and wellness is only more important today than it was at the beginning of the year. And I think those activities come top of how our guests look to sweat, and we're well positioned with innovation to deliver on those needs.
How important is growing the male side of this business? I mean, I know it's been part of the growth strategy for some time. Where does that stand now, and how does it figure in your thinking about how you'll grow the business?
It's an exciting opportunity for growth. When we look at how Lululemon sort of first began almost 22 years ago, it really was positioned as a yoga brand for women. And we have evolved significantly from there. Being a dual gender brand, I shared with you the breadth of activities and the versatility of the product that's being used for almost any outdoor activity that guests have. Our product can fulfill those needs. So men is an exciting future growth for us, and we're doing very well with it. Our commitment is to double our men's business by 23. We're running ahead of that curve. And the opportunity, the exciting future we have is to just increase the awareness and consideration for the brand and have him know that we're a brand for him and the incredible product. And we're moving well along that journey and excited about the growth that it will continue to add to the business.
highly competitive space, and you know, arguably even on the women's side of the business, you face new competition that you didn't even just a few years ago. You kind of owned the quality technical space, if I can put it that way. What's the strategy to compete against how complicated and how diverse this whole marketplace is now?
We anticipate, I mean, it's always been very competitive, and we've continued to be able to perform very well. I think a part of that is we have a unique position within the athletic wear, the unique position with the premium nature of the brand, the relationship we have with our guests and how we activate that through our community. But at the root, sort of all that relationship is our product. And we obsess over fabric and fabric innovation through the science of feel and looking at the feel states of the guest, how they feel while wearing our product and that immediate sensation that guests have. That's a very unique position. It's what our guests feel and why they are loyal to the brand. So we believe and know that our pipeline is full of building on that DNA and approach to innovation, and confident that in a competitive marketplace, which it has been and it will be, we'll continue to deliver our guest needs through our unique way.
And taking all of that into account, including, you know, the great uncertainty that we all are living with at the moment, Calvin, what are you offering by way of forward-looking guidance, forward expectations about business and the economy?
Yeah, we didn't guide, but we gave direction to Q4. We shared that we had a very strong start to the quarter in the month of November, hitting records with our online business. There are some key trading days ahead. We guided to mid-high double-digit growth in revenue and mid-growth in EPS, both which were a raise than our Q3 guidance. So I think we guided well, and 21 we will provide more of a perspective at the end of this year. Very confident in the future of this brand and the potential. We did commit to our 23 growth targets. And we anticipate to beat, those. And 21, confident in the momentum the brand has, and we'll share a little bit more as the year closes out.
The acquisition of Mirror is obviously kind of off your past strategy. What does it suggest about where you're going?
Mirror was an exciting acquisition, and one that I was very interested in the space for the last few years. We started a relationship with Mirror a year ago, and then took the position for a full acquisition and partnering with Bryn and that team. And it really, the thesis behind it is one of the strengths of Lululemon is our community. And what I wanted to do was build upon the connection and relationship we have with our guests in the physical space, be it our ambassadors, our events, our stores, and start to build that in the digital channel. And Mirror was a wonderful opportunity for us to bring everything we do with our guests in the physical to the digital in their home in a very immersive fitness, sweat experience that's unique. So very excited about it. It's off to a great start.
We hope to hear more about it as we go forward, Calvin. Unfortunately, we are out of time, but it's great to talk to you. We appreciate your time today. Calvin McDonald is the CEO of Lululemon.